Welcome to today's Explainer. Right now, we're going to crack a fascinating and honestly kind of terrifying code. We are literally building a psychological dictionary today. We're taking seemingly normal, even hyper-romantic phrases you might hear in a relationship and translating them into their hidden, manipulative realities. Get ready because you're about to see words in a completely different light.
So, let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt a stark contradiction between a beautiful, romantic word and its real-world application? It's incredibly confusing, right? I mean, when the sweet words just do not match the hurtful behaviors, it completely messes with your head. And that disconnect is exactly why we need our translation dictionary today.
Okay, let's dive into Phase 1, Deceptive Beginnings.
At the very start of a toxic dynamic, everything feels, well, wildly intense. Take this classic phrase, "You are my soulmate." On the surface, this sounds like the ultimate compliment, right? The absolute peak of a fairy tale romance.
But let's look at the actual translation here. The romantic illusion is, we are destined to be together. The cold truth, you are my new supply. The source material reveals that this rapid intensity isn't magic. Actually, scratch that. It's highly calculated. It's a precise first step designed to make the victim completely addicted.
This brings us to a really crucial term you've probably heard, love bombing. Basically, it means overwhelming someone with intense signs of adoration early in a relationship to quickly gain control and create dependency. Having this psychological vocabulary is absolutely essential to understanding why that quick, intense beginning is actually a massive red flag.
Moving right along to Phase 2, the third-party game. This is right around when the first little glitches of anxiety start popping up. And here comes the phrase we've all probably heard at some point. It's just a friend. This defensive line completely dismisses a partner's perfectly valid concerns, all while actively making them feel incredibly insecure.
The romantic illusion paints this as a totally innocent, platonic friendship. But the cold truth? The translation is, you are my main supply, but I am keeping them as a backup. It's really about keeping alternative options open and purposefully leaving the primary partner in a constant state of tension.
And man, this just brilliantly illustrates the concept of triangulation. This is when someone intentionally brings a third party into a dynamic to make the primary partner lose confidence and feel unattractive. It feeds the manipulator's ego and gives them a completely false but totally intoxicating sense of power and control.
So you might be wondering, why do manipulators even keep these backups? Well, the source outlines some highly calculated reasons. It could be for financial gain or shelter, seeking constant praise and validation, applying that triangulation for power we just talked about, or simply enjoying the thrill of watching people compete for them. When you break it down like this, there is absolutely no space for innocent friendship in this dynamic.
All right, Phase 3, Mind Games and Altered Realities.
This is where severe mental manipulation really takes hold. You'll definitely recognize this infamous line. You are too dramatic or overly sensitive. This is the absolute go-to line used to deflect accountability anytime the victim reacts naturally to an abusive action.
Let's translate that one. The illusion is that, hey, you're just overreacting to a totally normal situation. But the cold truth is incredibly dark. I need to play with your mind so you think your reactions are abnormal. This tactic shifts the blame entirely. It literally wipes away the chaos the manipulator created and hands them a free pass to keep behaving badly.
Let's actually break down this gaslighting escalation step by step, because it's a very specific cycle. First, you react completely naturally to an offense. Second, they call your reaction dramatic. Third, and this is the scary part, you actually begin to doubt your own reality. And finally, they escape all accountability. It's a systematic twisting of normal human reactions into perceived character flaws.
Which leads us to Phase 4, Projection and Fake Apologies.
Now let's look at how manipulators handle apologies, or pseudo-apologies, really. Consider this classic quote, "I am sorry you feel this way." It's a surface-level apology perfectly designed to look like remorse, but if you listen closely, it lacks any actual substance.
Here's the harsh reality of this non-apology. The romantic illusion is genuine remorse. The cold truth? I am tired of arguing and will fake regret to silence you. This is a malicious tactic to shut the partner down without taking a single shred of real responsibility. This tactic directly ties into what psychologists call projection.
Our source defines this as handing over one's own psychological diseases and flaws to the victim simply because the abuser cannot bear the burden of their own truth. So when an abuser calls a victim toxic or crazy, it's actually a glaring confession of their own narcissism and instability.
And finally, we arrive at phase 5, the breakup trap.
Let's unpack the really calculated tactics used when the relationship is ending or, supposedly pausing. Think about the phrase, "let's take a break." This masquerades as a totally healthy way to review the relationship and get some breathing room. But here is the absolutely crucial point. The romantic illusion is that this is a healthy pause to reflect. The cold, cruel truth? I need time to gather new supply and make you feel unwanted. It is merely an energy-saving period for them to secure alternatives, all while leaving you waiting and in pain.
And then, of course, there's the supposedly noble offer, let's be friends after the breakup. Our psychological dictionary exposes this as a massive future trap. It's designed to lower your expectations but keep you handy for later, usually so you can be used for triangulation against their next partner.
So, this brings us to a massive question, based on everything we've decoded today. Which language should we believe? Should we trust the sweet words that sound like a fairy tale, or the systematic pain and confusion caused by their real-world actions?
The answer? Clear actions. Prioritizing clear, verifiable actions on the ground over sweet, confusing words is the ultimate key to protecting our mental health. Remember this dictionary the next time words and reality just don't align. But it leaves us with one final, unsettling question to consider. If someone's entire vocabulary of love is built on a foundation of manipulation, did they ever truly know how to love in the first place?